So for my self-reflective video, I just wanted to first start off by saying that I've been lucky enough to have been exposed to social impact since I've been at Holt San Francisco, and I've been involved with a few projects. So for the past few months, I've kind of set my eyes and put my career trajectory on a path of social innovation. Particularly, that something that's new to me is not just the intersection of business and social good, but really how those grassroots movement and how those small enterprises do their good work to solve the smallest problems, but still contributing to social good, and how that works for the enterprise has still been ambiguous to me. So this class has been really helpful in that way. Coming into this class, I first expected to just learn about how to set up financial statements, setting up a balance sheet for a company, and organizing the company structure. But really, I think it turned out that the two most important things to me ended up being communications in the beginning in a proper way to really sell the idea and sell your company. And then the second one is the pitching part. So for the communications, and I've learned now that even in the social impact world where you're trying to generate impact returns, you're also trying to have a sustainable business. And in that case, it's really important to really be able to raise funds or prove to people that your company is actually financially stable and as well providing social impact. In that case, learning how to really put all of these impacts together, or all these different aspects together into one quick statement or communications is not easy, and it takes a lot of effort to understand what sells to the audience that you're talking to. In this case, it would be the investor, and that's very important for many social enterprises today. In addition to that, I now see the value that if you can sell your idea and your product to an investor, you can explain it to other stakeholders as well, like the consumer and your internal employees, and how that really affects how people understand what's the goal they're working towards, and not just some social good, but also really it's the intersection of both. And how to quantify both is really important. Second comes back to the pitch. I now learn that and realize that pitching really happens anywhere, at any time, and you always have to be prepared for the shortest amount of time that your counterparty that you're talking to might have for you. So I think it's really important to be able to say as much as you want, but really in the small amount of time as you can. So it's not really about just pushing the words out there, but instead boiling it down to the essence of what interests and sparks the core of your company to somebody else. In that case, I also learned that I became I'm actually very self-aware, that I'm freezing up and I'm extra nervous when I'm given that pressure to give a short pitch. In this case, the outcome is that I realize I need to practice more and just push myself, because it would just require a lot of practice to become even more authentic, more natural, and with every practice you get more courage. So in this case, I think going forward, what these two things have taught me is that I now understand that an investor really wants to be able to quantify their financial and impact returns. And then secondly, I should just push myself to do the pitches until I become comfortable, because that's the only way to do it authentically and naturally.